Welcome to Friday. You made it. You made it. Happy Friday. I'm so glad to be sharing with you today. We have a couple things to for all of you. We're going to continue the conversation on self-esteem from the wealthy mofos. We're calling it self-esteem part 2. We definitely spoke about it yesterday, and it was an incredible conversation from my good friend Harrison. Hopefully you had a chance to view it. If not, you missed out. You got to go back and get the recording. But what's this about? It's about a 5 day challenge that's coming up that is going to help you move your business. That's going to help you really make a dent in the universe, as my good friend Harrison would say all the time. Let's make a dent in the universe. Now, who is this for, right? And what are we doing? So, my name is Kamal, and my partner Harrison Klein. We've combined forces so that we can help business owners and coaches that want to get to that next level, right? That want to really move the business to become a real coaching ground, to really make a dent. So many want to be wealthy, but they're not. So many want to grow their business, they're not. It's The business world is just so unfair and it's broke out there, right? And you're bombarded with so many things. So I'm coming from a manufacturing background and spent 3 years almost with Bob Proctor and now with Laurel and Meyer. And Harrison spent the last bit of 30 years coaching executives, entrepreneurs, and really high professionals. So we combine forces to help these coaches really find a formula, find that $1 million formula. What system do you need? How are you going to promote it? What do you want to do it? So that's what we're doing. So we had a launch last week. We're still recovering from it. It was so awesome to have more than 130 people sign up. It was so cool, and I'm still recovering from last week. Like I'm just so flabbergasted that 130 people decided to sign up and show up, and the Facebook group is growing. And we spent 4 hours with everybody. We took breaks, 10 minutes in each hour, and we kind of gave it to them in bite size so that they can see the steps. You see, the mind needs to see these steps. Welcome, Harrison. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love that hat. I love it, love it, love it.
Hi, Kamal. Hi, everybody. Good.
Everybody, this is Mr. Harrison Klein. I was just telling everybody that I'm so excited. We're still, taking a break from the launch last week because we like to have fun, we like to relax, we like to enjoy, and part of the celebration to really enjoy the fruit of your labor. We spent 5 hours, 1 hour with the VIPs and platinum, and four with everybody else to show them how you can build $1 million business. And we have quite a few interested, and it's just exciting to be documenting the journey, documenting how you can do it, how some of you who are already starting with us, how you can do it, and you can take the whole blueprint to do that. And so that's the invite. So today, basically, the call to action is the challenge is coming up again. We're going to do it in shorter bites, 5 day challenge, July 17th. So make sure you go to wealthymofos.com and put your name in. It won't cost you a dime, but you are going to learn a thing or two or three if you pay attention. And that's kind of the message for today. But we're going to continue our discussion from yesterday. I think Harrison spent almost 10 minutes teaching on self esteem. But he told me later in the evening that he has another section, the part 2 of self esteem, as to what else we can help you so that you can build that confidence, so you can see that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a way to succeed. It's not by accident, and it's not by coincidence. There's a way to do it. Self esteem has part of this equation. So Harrison, good to see you today. I love that necklace as well. That is so cool. Tell us what you got today for everybody that's listening. And there's somebody live. Ask your question if you're listening to us live, and I'll be happy to bring your question to the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. So, thank you guys for coming to the live event last Thursday. You go deep into space or you go deep down into the ocean. When you come back, you have to decompress. So we have to do that basically. So it takes a couple of days to get back into shape because we spent a long time putting all this together. One of the blocks to achieving anything is that you don't have a great amount of self belief. You don't have a great amount that you can achieve what you want to achieve. You don't have a great amount of faith in yourself to get to where you want to go because you've never gone there before. You may have seen other people that have gone there. It's like looking at a celebrity on TV. But bottom line is, you can identify with how smooth and easy and how personable that particular person is, but that doesn't mean that you yourself, can be that same celebrity, although you admire that and would like to do that. But guess what? You have everything in you that that celebrity has, and it exists in every single human being out there. So it isn't just a matter of what you do; it's also a matter of the internal experience that you know, expose yourself to. So there are some things we talked about yesterday. The basis of self-esteem are threefold. Number one is that you have to unconditionally accept yourself. That means that no matter what you do or have failed to do, it's okay. You're still a human being, and that is not a reason for punishment. Even if you've killed somebody or whatever, you still have to feel okay about you because somehow or other that was compelled by you in some form or other. I'm not advocating, murder or anything like that, except for Kamal. No, but
Woo!
but we have to feel good about ourselves, and self-esteem is a matter of feeling good about yourself, and it's about building that what we call confidence. And self-esteem is a matter of esteem, meaning it's the self is knowing the who you are. The most important question on the planet is who am I. Second most important is how am I actually feeling right now. And over 80% of the people on the planet cannot tell you what their exact feelings are at any given moment. So they can reflect and say, I felt this way about that, or whatever the case, or they can erupt to an emotional, kind of volatility, but they can't tell you what they're feeling in a normal situation. So that's one of the things. So what we talked about is the first part is unconditional self-acceptance, meaning that no matter what happens or what you fail to have done, you are a human being and it's okay. You have dignity, you have abilities, you have circumstances, and you don't need to be punished for who you are. you know, Maybe for some of your actions, but not for who you are. So, everything that's available under the imagination of God is available to you. So, secondly, second most important part of self-esteem is self-respect. And self-respect means that you are introspective. You are thinking about stuff from the inside of who you are. So that is that you are looking at yourself again and again. Respect means to return to expect to see, returning to see. So it's returning to see yourself. The third part of self-esteem is to have self-efficacy. That is to be competent at something. You have to be good at something. When you're good at something, that is a big experience that helps you boost your self-esteem. That helps you boost your feeling of confidence. Now, what would happen is that if you want to have a steady state of self-esteem, you have to compile evidence that you are good at something, that you are self-accepting, that you are respecting yourself. So let's talk about I have let me just give you a bunch of ways that you can basically employ to boost your self-esteem, because that's what so many people want. They want to feel good about themselves. They want to feel good in interactions and in social situations. They want to feel good about their work. They want to feel good about their relationships with their family. They want to feel good about their health. So let's go to about a series of different things that'll help you feel good, basically. Number one, so you should practice self-care. So practicing self-care is, that's about diet, balanced diet and exercise. So if you should be eating well, not junk food and not sugary stuff, because sugar is like glue inside of your system, basically. So diminish your amount of intake of carbs and sugar. Eat a lot of vegetables so that you balance yourself. Meat is okay. We were designed to eat meat. We weren't designed to be total vegetarians, but I don't want to argue with any vegans out there. My kids are vegans, so and we eat a primarily 80% or 70% vegan diet, but still it's not the only thing out there for stuff. It's a matter of your personal preference. It's not what goes into your mouth, it's what comes out of your mouth that matters a lot. So exercise and diet are one thing. Self-care. Second thing is you want to, set and achieve your goals. So when you set and achieve your goals, basically you're feeling good about yourself. That has a endorphin effect on you, a serotonin, a oxytocin, dopamine effect on you as you set and achieve your goals. That's going to make you feel better about you, and that's going to increase the ability for you to do it again. Because once you know how to do it, once you know how it feels, you can get there again. The third thing, and this is really important, and it's the first thing that most people teach about it, but it's also what I teach, but you have to challenge your negative self-talk. So, if you don't challenge what criticisms you've come up from your from your parental background, from your teaching background, from your peer background, we absorb these negative self-talks about ourselves, from what people say about ourselves. Kids don't have negative self-esteem until adults screw with them, until adults impact their way into their worlds and, make them feel bad about themselves, make them feel like they're wrong. I mean, I spent 23 years in hell because I felt bad about myself because I couldn't do certain things because I was constantly being criticized for what I didn't believe I should be criticized for. And anybody relate to that? Give me a 1 in the chat for that. Anybody relate to the fact that criticism has impacted you in ways that have stayed in your experience continuously? I'm going to tell you a story before I go on to the next one, and that's a story that I told on the VIP thing. Is that I know a 64-year-old woman. I counseled her, and she was in very bad shape at the age of 64. She hadn't made very much money. Her life was a shambles. She didn't dress well. She was, I felt sort of, not hygienic. And at the same time, she, had living on welfare and other kinds of, negative experiences that took away her ability to feel good about herself. So, so what happened was I regressed her back into her memory, and we found the first memory of the most important thing, the most traumatic thing that had happened to her. And what happened was that her mother had taken her dog away from her, who she so loved. She loved it more than life. But she was a 4-year-old kid, and the mother had taken the dog away. I don't know what the circumstances were. Maybe the dog was sick, maybe it was old or whatever, but it got euthanized. So, at that point, this woman, the girl at the age of 4 years old, was very angry, very traumatized, hated her mother, and because she had been criticized and the dog was taken away from her. And she made that part of her personality. She practiced disliking her mother and disliking herself, feeling that she was at fault. There was some guilt involved in that, and feeling that she was ashamed of something she must have done that she couldn't do, and the reasoning of a 4-year-old, And so she carried that for 60 years. But when we went back and we found out that that was the incident that started her pain forever, for her 60 years, we realized that it was bullshit. She was living her life on the conclusion and on the emotion of a 4-year-old. So how can you do that? So once we recognized that and we unearthed it, what happened was she began to understand that that was a bullshit conclusion at the age of 64. She didn't have to live that way. She didn't have to carry that in her subconscious and her conscious. She didn't have to have that kind of behavior of anger toward people, and didn't have to feel that guilty about things that she did and everything was wrong about her and so on. And so once she released that understanding, once she released the guilt and the shame and the fear that she had at the age of 4, and that had influenced all the rest of the things of her life, all the rest of the experiences of her life, she began to clean up. She began to dress better. She began to speak better. She attracted a lover. She began to make money. She began to support herself. She got a support team around her. all things started to work for her instead of against her.
Nice.
If you don't have good self-esteem, things work against you. If you have good self-esteem, things work for you. So you have a steady state of well-being once you step into the self-esteem process. So the next thing is that you want to surround yourself. The fourth thing is you want to surround yourself with supportive people, right? You know, people who say good things about you, who make you feel good, who are uh, you know helping you in terms of making progress to wherever it is you want to go. That make you feel good in interaction. That make you feel good, in the work you do, and so on and so forth. You get a lot more flies with honey than you do with vinegar, right? So the better, yeah. So the better people make you feel, actually, the more competent you become. So
Hmm.
it's really a super thing. So one of the things you should also do to help yourself feel better is make other people feel
I like that one. I love that one. Making others feel better about
better.
themselves.
Yeah.
See,
So
a good leader would make others feel good about himself. A great leader makes others feel good about themselves.
right. Yeah, so what you give, you get. So
Mm,
if you want to make money, you want to give money to other people. You want to feel good about yourself, you want to give them ways to feel good about themselves. You want, so whatever you give, you get, because it's a boomerang universe, right? So as you go out there, it's a strong understanding of things. You want to feel healthy, teach other people to feel healthy. You
yeah,
want to be healthy, so on and so forth.
so
Okay.
good. So I
Yeah.
just want to give a shout out to Paula Flores. She said, unconditionally accept yourself, know who you are. Thanks, Paula, for watching us live. And thank you for sharing and all that. That's
Well,
so awesome.
yeah.
That's what she's saying. Unconditionally accept yourself, know who you are. And that's what we want you. This is one of the fundamental questions. Everybody wants to answer that.
Of being alive. That is one of the fundamental
Mm.
questions of being alive.
I love that. I love that. So, and that's what we want for everybody. We want you to come and join. We want you to come and start practicing these elements of the $1 million success. You see, we're going to give you the blueprint, the formula. So, to do that, we want to spend some time with you. And that's why you got to go to wealthymofos.com, put your name in there. And on July 17th, put it on your calendar at 1 p.m., 1 hour that has the potential to change your life. See, it was a meeting similar to this 4 years ago that really got me on this different trajectory. So if you're out there and you're searching for that clarity or don't know what your vision is, frustrated and there's no common sense of what's happening out there and creativity is down, consider coming to the wealthymofos.com show. We would love to have you. We'd love to share with you more. And it's coming up. It's gonna come by quick. The time's gonna pass anyways. So why not just come and learn some real wisdom, real nuggets like what Harrison just shared now. These 4 points by themselves that he just shared are phenomenal. Once you start implementing them, hearing it is one thing. It's easy to get motivated. Oh, it sounds good. We want to teach you how to embody this, how to start acting, behaving like that. See, Wallace Wallace said, "You don't just get rich. You get rich by doing things in a certain way." So we're going to teach you that certain way. There's a system. There's a way to get to that $1 million business, $1 million coach. So if you want to become unstoppable, if you want that factor, if you want that vibe, we've got it.
So if I had to boil everything down to one word in making $1 million, it would be focus. So
Woo!
over to,
Focus.
yeah, focus. If I'm over there. So, but definitely want to have some fun with you guys. I have many more things. We can go to part 3 of self-esteem tomorrow, and I'll give you a bunch of other ways to implement, feeling good about yourself, because it is the most important thing that a human being can do on this planet, is to feel good about themselves, because it colors and kind of frames everything else that you do. So when you feel good, you are good at things. When you feel good, you have unconditional acceptance. When you feel good, you respect yourself. And when you feel good, you are good at something. You have decided to, you've made the decision to be excellent at something. And when you make that decision to be excellent at something, the growth process accelerates. And when the growth process accelerates, hey, money comes in. Woo! Money comes.
Woohoo! It gotta flow, baby. It gotta focus. So with that, you see, we're always giving you more. We're always saying 10, 15 minutes, and here we are at 20 minutes. So the time is now. If you haven't done it yet, wealthymofos.com, sign up and upgrade to the VIP because you will have a whole hour to ask us anything you want on your mindset, on your business, on your whatever it is that's happening. Just imagine how much you'd save by, instead of going to therapy and psychology stuff. This will be a chance for you to get 1 full hour from me, 1 full hour from Harrison to really help you further. So, wealthymofos.com, join July 17th, put it on your calendar, and don't ask for the replay. Don't ask for the recording. Show up and take that time off. It's around lunchtime, so it should work for most parts of the world. You will not regret it. We're here to help you get that focus and get that unstoppability factor. That's what we want for you. We did it. We want you to do it. It's your chance to climb this ladder. It doesn't need to be difficult, and that's why we're doing this. So we're so excited to have all those who are already signed up, who are going to show up again, and the sky is the limit, baby. And we want you to focus. So we'll come again tomorrow with part 3 of self-esteem. Sounds good. I like that. I like that.
Woo! So
Woo!
together we can practice the James Bond. James Bond.
Let's put a dent in the universe. Let's go that way. We'll put a dent in the universe.
All right. My name is Bond, James Bond. No.
My name is Bond.
Brown, James Brown. All right. So I feel good. And I want you to feel good. All
Sounds
right.
good. Feel good. Be awesome. Blessings to all of you.
I'm Harrison Klein.
I'm Kamal El-Rassi.
And we are the
Wealthy
Wealthy
Mofos. Woo!